throw those away. They're
Okay,
like
so we're
old iPad.
live. So I actually have posts ready to go
All
in
right.
two separate locations. And I'm also going to post on my regular Facebook page. Not that any of my friends give two shits. I don't know how, things roll with you and your peoples, but my friends could really give two shits about whether or not they support or even express an interest in my YouTube.
My friends love me.
The only thing that I think that they care about is whether or not I can answer their tech questions when they call.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
good.
we got two viewers. Let me find out where the people are. Let me go hang out with them.
Funny people.
Let me go to the public page.
What's up, funny people?
View on watch page. Muting.
We got to get all my Poco fans in here.
Oh no. Okay. Zarina. Alexander. Hello.
Oh, you know what? I could probably go on.
We just started streaming, so we're gonna give it a couple of minutes for some people to start rolling on in. My day's going pretty good. How's your day going? What's going on with in the
Pretty good.
world?
I uh I got a video coming out
Okay.
tomorrow. I'm gonna try to drop a video tomorrow.
About
Uh,
time you did a video.
Pixel 3 um ROM, or the
Ram.
Pixel 3 on the Poco phone. So
Oh,
I'm turning the Poco phone into a Pixel 3.
so you're completely installing like the whole
A complete
Pixel.
Pixel 3, yeah, the Pixel system onto the Poco phone, where it has the Google dialer, the Google messages, the camera, everything. Um, I installed it today, so I've been running it today, and then I'll run it some tomorrow just to see. I mean, there's some bugs in it and stuff, but it runs
Bugs.
pretty good. Runs pretty good. I mean, they're not Apple bugs, but they're Android bugs, so they're a little smaller. And it's running pretty good. So, also gonna have a video coming on Android Pie Samsung One UI on the Note 9.
Samsung what?
Samsung One, the new UI.
For Samsung?
Yeah, bro, they announced it yesterday. Where you been?
I didn't
Where
pay
you,
any attention to that.
you been?
I,
They
I
talk.
barely I think I watched Marquez's Samsung video in the car today. I watch it at traffic lights and I listen to it when I'm driving. I'm not gonna die.
Yeah,
But
so I'm gonna have a video on the Note 9 running the Android Pie Samsung One UI or whatever. It's a beta, but it's interesting. So
on your
it's
Note 9.
on my Note 9. Yeah.
Okay. See, after the dust settles with all this hardware, I think I'm gonna end up going back to my Note 9. Like just legit. The S Pen, the screen, the speakers, the
Yeah, it's a
battery, the
big
memory.
device.
It
It's a big.
doesn't matter. I mean, that Note 9 is phenomenal. Now, you ended up with a Note 9, right?
Yeah, I got it. I picked it up for $700, so I couldn't turn that down.
What do you think I could sell a Note 8 for with one tiny light scratch on the screen? It's not even a deep scratch, it's a cosmetic blemish. When the screen's on, you can't even see it.
Yeah, I mean that thing goes for anywhere from 350,
What?
400, around there.
350? What?
400. Yeah.
It was so expensive, Brandon. It was like $900. It's not even
Yeah,
it's a year old.
yeah, you're not getting that much money, buddy.
I'm gonna get 450 on eBay, and they're gonna end up taking 65 in fees.
Exactly.
So
So you're getting
if
350. Like I said, you're gonna get 350. Note 8. I
Munchie,
mean,
I think it's unlocked. I think my Note 8 is unlocked.
is it a T-Mobile?
It's unlocked.
Oh, so it's like totally okay.
Yeah. No, I when I'm paying cash, I go right to the manufacturer and I skip my carrier altogether. Because when you go to the carrier, even if you buy cash, they're gonna be like $35 upgrade fee.
Right.
So I don't even do that. But I wanted to share a little bit with my experience with the OnePlus 6, and I briefly posted it on
One
the
plus
Twitter
six or
today.
the one plus 6T?
Sorry, the T.
See,
Here it
this
is. It's a phenomenal device. I
sex.
love it. It is. It's sexy. It feels good. It's a little thicker than the OnePlus 6, but we also got a way bigger battery, so it's proper thickness. It's not
Hey
like
now.
the notes I feel is all like it's a little too thick, right? If you
Yeah.
think about it, the note's kind of a thick phone for standards these
The,
days.
the Note 9 is huge, bro. That's a
It
big
is.
phone.
But
That's
I
a big
walked
phone.
into Verizon and I was like, "Oh, someone offered me 300." Well, I'm going to do some market research, big dog. And then yeah, I mean if 300 is a good price, I'll sell it for 300. But I walked into Verizon and I did my research. I read the Reddit thread that was posted up about the experience with activating the OnePlus 6T on Verizon because it's made for T-Mobile, but it is certified and approved to run on the Verizon network as well. Aaron, is your camera off? I can't see you. Carlos, my camera is on. You might just want to refresh the screen. Can you see me, Leo?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, all right.
You did
And
go out for just a split second, but that was a second ago.
okay, yeah, I think maybe it did flash on the screen. I don't see me in the Hangout either, which is weird.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Say something, Leo.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
It
said
is.
they don't see you?
Yeah, it is. I think it's just doing that thing where whoever's talking pops up.
Oh, that's stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah, I wish there was a way for us
I'm on
both
the
to
One
see
Plus
it.
6T right now.
Right now, huh?
Yep.
Nice. So I go into Verizon and I explain to the man, I say, listen, I need you to activate this as a CDMA list device, and I need you to make sure that the billing profile is also set to a CDMA list device, or it's not going to work. I promise it won't work. And he's like, well, you sound like you know way more about this than I do, so I'm going to take your word for it. And I'm like, that's what you got to do. Take my word for it. So he goes through the process and he sets it up and it wouldn't activate for anything except data. So we had to wait a little bit. No problems at all. No extra setting, no CDMA list, this or that, or billing profile. It was just perfect. It was an easy activation, no issues at all. I was really, really happy with it.
So the
Um,
Ver- so the One Plus 6T, you can't simply just stick your SIM card in there from Verizon.
so I tried that and it did not work. What I actually ended up doing is he gave me a brand new SIM card and he didn't charge
Oh,
me.
that's what I like about T-Mobile. You can just pop in and out any SIM card to any phone, left and right. I don't like that Verizon or Sprint or Metro. You can't do that.
Well, I've never had to go into Verizon. I mean, think of all the new phones that I get, Leo. Like it's
I know.
nonstop. I've never had to go in there and be like, I need a new SIM ever. But just me putting in my old SIM into this phone didn't work. And I have 3 active lines plus the Google Fi line. So I have 4 lines just for myself. And
Right.
it's unmanageable. It's overwhelming. I'm getting really tired of all these phones. I'm literally looking around me. I'm like, I have a small fortune in cell phone hardware around me, which is why I'm like, well, I guess it's time to start selling some stuff. So I also have a Galaxy S9 Plus that I don't know if I'm ever going to turn on again. Might need to
You
get rid
should
of that
sell that.
too.
That'll sell. That'll sell for good money.
I think I could probably get like 750 for it.
Man, you're drunk over there. You're not gonna get 750 for an S9 Plus.
Really?
Yeah, you Yeah, you gotta. What you
It's a
want to do
pretty
is
color.
go to Swappa. You see what they're selling on Swappa, and then locally on Craigslist, and you kind of
You
put your
find out.
price. Yeah, you put your price in between those two categories.
Nice.
That's what I
So
used to do.
I think we got a handful of topics here tonight.
I think we can't find HardWired live on YouTube. This is annoying.
It's are you looking for the link?
I'm just looking for the channel just by searching, but it just comes up with a bunch of Metallica videos.
I know.
You should stream from your channel, man. You're such a nerd. It's not gonna hurt your channel.
I think it does.
I don't think it does,
Then
bro.
we'll stream on yours
I do. I will. I
for an
don't care. I
hour.
did it that night. I did it with Prosser. I did it on my channel.
For an hour.
Yeah, and you unlist the video the next day.
Did you notice a decrease in views on your videos?
Nope.
No. I've noticed a decrease in views on my videos. I had some videos pop off really well, and then my views just basically went to a crawl.
Mine have gone up since Prosser.
Yeah, I don't understand my what was it? My subscribers went up, but my views went down. Whatever that's about. Why are you subscribing and not watching? I guess I should be glad. Maybe those subscribers will translate into future views because that's what's important.
I think so.
So yeah, the OnePlus 6T. So far, my experience with it has been pretty legit. The dude over at T-Mobile was all into this phone, all into the device, looking at it. He was just like running through it, just to run through it, looking at the settings, the interface. I mean, he was
At Verizon or T-Mobile?
At Verizon, because they've never
Verizon.
seen it. He's like, I've never seen this before. I said they just approved it on the Verizon network when they launched it. T-Mobile's the only carrier selling it. I didn't tell him that, but I didn't tell him this, but I wouldn't be surprised if T-Mobile didn't start. If Verizon didn't start pushing this phone maybe next year. I don't know if they got an exclusive with T-Mobile, but it would be smart, especially if they went through the process to get it approved. But yeah, no, I don't know why Verizon didn't carry it. I guess maybe they're just doing one carrier at a time. But you got the OnePlus 6, right, Leo? You're on it right now. What are your impressions of it? The 16.
I thought. Sorry, I'm eating at the same time. I thought that that I was gonna really hate the fingerprint display reader.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think it would work good. I thought it was a gimmick.
It's a little slow, right?
No, it's not. I'm really impressed by it.
Okay, I think it's fair to say that it's impressive for it being the first generation.
It's not as fast. Yeah, it's not as fast as a traditional fingerprint reader, like on the back or the home button.
Yep.
But I'm really impressed about how accurate it is, number one, and how well it works. And see, the thing that people have to understand, you have to use the fingerprint in display reader different than you would one on the back,
yeah,
or one on the home button. When you do an in-display fingerprint reader on the OnePlus, you kind of have to just let it marinate. Just kind of like lay your finger there and trust that it's going to open, and it does. Key. You kind of just lay it and you're good, you know? The software is phenomenal, super fast. The camera's really good. I like the size of the device.
The Face ID is, and this is the difference for Face ID.
Yeah.
Watch this, guys. Watching. By the time I hit the power button and open and turn it on, it's already looking for my face, and it's like I'm giving it what it wants. My face. Here, watch this.
Huh.
Look at that. By the time it wins.
You know,
I want to do another. I'm gonna on my list. Anyways, forget my list. Continue, Leo.
I want to hear about your video so I can do them first.
Oh, I've already done one. It's my face-off videos.
Well, face off.
Yeah,
So,
I'll look it up for you guys and I'll post it here.
what the?
So, what else about the OnePlus 6? What else do you like? How's your battery life?
Battery life's really good. I mean, I get a whole day, no problem. Sometimes I don't even charge it the whole day. And when I wake up in the morning, I have like 18, 20%. I'm not a charge fanatic. Like a lot of people are like real crazy about battery and they're sitting there constantly looking at it. And I just kind of use my phone. And then when it gets really low, I charge it. I usually don't charge the OnePlus 6T during the day. I just do it when I wake up in the morning. I kind of let it just listen. I'm the type of person when I told my wife this the other day, I was like, she goes, "How come you're never out of battery?" I'm like, "Because I just switch phones, honey." She goes, "That's convenient because I just, if my OnePlus dies, I just turn on my Poco phone."
You just
my
swap your
Poco,
SIMs?
yeah, I just swap my SIM sometimes if I get really low on battery. But this phone gets really good battery. It's got a big battery, and
37 is
also,
pretty good. And
yeah,
it's a proper size phone, guys. Like this doesn't feel too thick.
no,
It feels great.
feels awesome.
Yeah, no, it really does. And I don't have a case on. I'm probably gonna finagle D brand into sending me another skin. I'll be like, please, Mr. Robots,
Nice.
I'm an influencer.
What are they
So,
saying in the stream? I can't see the stream.
I just asked if anyone had any questions. Trenton from Tech Grant is commenting on your cat documents on the shelf.
Ah,
Um,
what are you
uh,
guys into? You want the
Zaria
shop drawings?
Alexander is my loyal slave. So they're here watching my show. Thank you. Namaste. And this is what I'm gonna say about like my loyal slaves. And I hate to say it, I don't have slaves. I have tech lovers. Everyone's got their
Yes.
little community that they're building. I call mine the tech lovers because we're for the love of tech. We love the
Yeah,
tech.
man. You got tech lovers.
We got
Zach
tech
talks tech.
lovers.
He has a Zach pack. I have the party people.
Yeah.
So
What
it's all
is
good.
what does Flossie call his? The notification squad.
Notification squad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're tech lovers. It's what it is. So
that's what it is.
there's a couple, we got a whole bunch of things to talk about. We started with the last thing on the list because my OnePlus 6T is right in front of me, guys. I'm really excited that I get to use this on the Verizon network because that means I might actually put my main SIM in this. But no, I'm not gonna.
No.
I'm not gonna make this my main phone. I'll make it my main Android phone.
What's your main?
It's the iPhone 10s Plus right now. No. Right now, I spent all afternoon and it took a lot of time setting up the XR, the
Oh,
10R, and that's what I'm using as my main one for right now because I want to do a proper comparison. I used the 10s Max for since launch, and I want to give this a fair shake. So I did. I got an outer box case on it. I got a screen protector. I still got to put on it. So I'm going to use this. And I love the phone. I love the color. I bought it from Apple unlocked. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe after I use it, I'll give it to one of the kids. Maybe I'll do a giveaway. I don't know. But I don't see myself keeping this phone, but I'll probably do something with it.
why
But
would
yeah, I'm
you keep
using
that
this
phone?
one main just to do a good comparison on it.
What about
This one is my saddest phone I own at the moment.
That's the big boy.
It's the Pixel 3
Oh,
XL.
how come you don't like that phone?
I can't get excited about it.
Really?
I've tried, and from my previous videos, I
Isn't the
love
camera really good?
the camera's amazing, right? It's phenomenal. But you want to know what? My iPhone 10s Plus,
Hmm.
amazing camera. The OnePlus 6T, amazing camera. The
Yeah, the
10R,
only
amazing. The Note 9, amazing. Are you going to get with the Pixel unreal bokeh portrait effects better than
Bokies.
anyone else? Yes, you are. You are. But can I live without that? Yep, I can. I feel that now that we're into it and I have the phone and I see the RAM management issues, I feel them. I know. I'm like, this is disappointing.
They're sending a fix.
And that would be good because I remember being on this thing doing my
That would be
multitasking,
good.
being like, why is this taking, even when you're swapping back and forth for multitasking, it's not working correctly. It's not. All right. It says, who's faster when it comes to charging the iPhone 10s Max or the 6T? Um, uh, I don't have that answer. You know who does have that answer? Everything Apple Pro does charging videos and battery drain videos, and he needs to because I've done one battery drain video and it about killed me. I'll never do another one. So
No, man, that's
I'm
some
not
serious.
I'm not the person to answer that question to sit there and film my phones draining batteries for 8 hours straight. I'll never do it again, but that's what they do. I mean, when you see the time lapse and they're starting at noon and they're ending at 8:30 at night, they're filming in 4K all day. Do you know what that's like to your 5 memory cards later compressing files? I mean, it's horrible.
No
So,
way, no way in God's green earth am I gonna do that.
no. So, Zaria, I can't answer that question for you, but my brain tells me that it's a toss up because the Apple, if you're just, that's, here's the thing, the charger that comes out of the box with Apple is no good, right? It's not fast.
Mhm.
So if you want to know what charges faster, it's the OnePlus 6T, hands down, with dash charging.
Oh yeah,
But if you
dash
want to
charging is.
upgrade and you want to spend $80, and I did a video on that too, Apple fast charging exposed, and you want to do you want to do a comparison and spend $85, $90, well then your Apple is going to charge faster. But you got to spend the money for it. Whereas dash charging comes in the box with your $579 OnePlus 6T.
Right.
So, and do you have a Pixel?
Who?
And
Oh, and she got one.
did you know that and won the AKG headphones in the last giveaway?
Yeah, you told me. You told me
Yeah,
last.
I say it
That's
all the
great.
time.
That's great.
Yeah, I love
Good
giving
for her.
stuff away. Some guy crawled up on my Twitter page the other day talking about my giveaways, and I was like, yeah, maybe, but you know what? I like to give people things. People I don't know, strangers,
I
because everyone in my life, hands
mean,
up, me,
give,
me.
giveaways are. Yeah,
So I'd
giveaways are
rather give it to
fun, man.
strangers.
Yeah, they're fun, man.
Yeah, we
It's
have a blast doing them.
nothing like a giveaway, bro.
Employee of the banner on the door, Leo. Did you get employee of the year?
Yeah, like 10 years in a row, probably.
Is
We're
this
at.
your office?
No, I'm like in
You're in a
I'm at,
closet.
no, this is
Looks like a closet.
like a maintenance room, like
He's in the
for.
maintenance. He's in the janitor's closet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you guys a tour here. Can we do a tour? Can you guys see?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
see.
there you go. Yeah, that's like the I don't know, they fix stuff. There's some screws. There you go. There's a big closet, employee of the month. They used to be on the parking outside, but they no longer
Oh.
yeah, there's some catalogs of some like stuff.
Munchie,
Here,
you are so observant. I didn't even
look,
realize
look.
what that was.
Oh God. Munchie knows when there's a sticker on my hat. Look, there's some drills. Look,
No,
just
Munchie's got all of our back.
just
Namaste.
in
Thank you,
case,
sir. Thank you.
Aaron, just in case it goes down later, there's some caution tape.
It's gonna go down.
Yeah, in case it goes down. I got the Panther
Aunt
paint.
said, Aunt said it's still a closet.
There, no, there's a doorway. I can get out.
Well, we got a couple people.
Let me give you guys a little tour.
Maybe we got a couple people that want to come into the stream with us.
Oh yeah, who wants to come on?
Anybody wants to come to the stream with us? Want to come hang out and party?
Okay, give you guys a little tour. You guys get the official tour. What's up, man? How you doing? Chilling. Chilling. Good. Check out the studio. This is the real deal here. Check that out, Aaron.
Man. They're running on Final Cut Pro, huh?
They got Premiere in some stations.
Isn't that crazy, though? The exact technology that they use to broadcast a TV station, it's the same tools that we have available at our fingertips.
I know.
Like that's amazing that technology has advanced that far. You know.
Oh, I know.
Oh, one thing that I didn't put that we were going to talk about is Samsung's foldable. I don't know if it's worth a mention or if it's too soon, but I think I'm going to do a video on it because I've been thinking about this device and all this stuff, and I don't know. You know, it's hard to gauge if this is a trending topic because Marquez can put a video out, and because he's Marquez, he's going to get 2 million views within 2 days. So I don't know if this is trending or if it's even worth doing.
Oh no, the foldable display is the biggest topic in the tech world right now.
You think it's a big topic? You see, I missed the Samsung event because I was busy working at the job that pays me.
That pays you money, yeah.
I'm getting mad at For the Love of Tech, the boss.
A lot of people are saying that it's not the. Well, John Prosser says that it's Samsung. This whole foldable thing is not futuristic. It's not. No exit here, guys. Not an exit. I'm having fun. Sorry. He says it's not the future. A lot of people are saying that it's still a couple years away. I think it is still 2 years away.
EM has been sent to Twitter. If you were paying attention, Trent, you would have seen that message like 2 minutes ago. Yeah, one of the cool things about not having a guest ahead of time was I didn't have to prepare a new thumbnail. All right, I think Trenton's about to join us, so we'll wait for him to jump in before we we go on to the next topic of the night. Trenton is here, Tech Rant.
Hello.
Here to rant about the
Tech Rant in the building.
What's up, man? Look, I'm gonna say this right now. Them foldable phones, they are not the future at all. It's just something nice, just something else for you to buy next year.
I have a question though.
Yep.
If it's not the future, I can get down with that. But is it a stepping stone to something else?
I mean, everything's a stepping stone to something, but it's just it's completely impractical right now. Like there's so many issues that you're gonna have with a foldable display and screens and insurance and repair and who can fix that type of stuff. Like, I think it's what the hell?
But people
sell it, bro.
Exact same thing when phones came out and it was all touch. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's a screen. It's gonna break." Yeah, it's gonna break. Of course, it's gonna break. It's glass,
right? But at least the back side of the phone has some protection on it. Like
some of them.
We got. This foldable phone is going to be a reverse folding screen, meaning the screen is going to be on the outside of it.
It's like there's middle goodness, and then there's a screen on the outside. So basically, it's a foldable, and then its own screen on the other side. Now, does that have to be an OLED?
I would think so, because you definitely
can't fold an LCD.
Yeah, you can't fold LCDs like Apple tried to trick us to say that they did, but
I mean, what about this liquid retina? Is it a liquid retina? Someone mentioned the liquid retina that Apple said that the only thing that makes it liquid is they were able to curve the LCD a little bit. Like there's nothing liquid about it.
I still really can't tell where they curved it.
Yeah, it's just a fancy term.
I can't see either. I'm looking at
It's just a fancy term.
Did you get one, Trenton? The XR?
No.
No.
I'm like broke right now. I'm trying to fix like a whole ass car. I'm sorry, a whole car right now.
No phones in the future.
Nah.
I understand. I
mean,
I need to
they'll
break
be
something
around,
so I can spend my money on something else other than phones right now.
Like they'll be around here and there, but like I don't think it's gonna adopt as well as people think they are, because like look at the price of phones right now, right? We're reaching like $1,000 normalcy, like the normal levels for flagship phones.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna be no $1,000. That's gonna be like 1,500 going on 2,000. And you gotta justify to people, you know, even people with cash, like, what's so good about this foldable phone over the phones that we got right now?
You know, I don't think it's gonna get big. I don't really do. I think it's a stepping stone to something else.
Well, I personally think that I think a lot of people are being a little premature in their judgment. I think we're judging based on things we haven't really seen. I mean, we've seen glimpses of it with the Axon M, and yesterday with the Samsung foldable prototype or concept phone or whatever it was called. But remember, yesterday they had a case on it. They didn't really fully reveal it. It's not fully ready. But think about the concept for a second, guys. Just think about it. If you could put that phone in your pocket and it is futuristic and you can fold it and open it like your 6T or your iPhone 10s or whatever it is. That kind of technology would be kind of mind-boggling. Now, it's going to cost a whole lot of money. If you want it, you're going to go broke trying to buy that thing. So, I think we have to reserve judgment on it. I think we have to. It's going to take a little while, Aaron, for this to marinate, and it's going to take some seasoning for this to mature and become what they want it to be. You know, whether it's Samsung, LG, Huawei, even Apple will probably get into the game of the foldable display in the coming years. So who knows? You know, who knows what this foldable display technology could be very innovative, but it's going to take a little while. I don't think it's going to be overnight. And I think we as consumers, we want, look, the OnePlus drops the 6, then they drop the 6T in the same damn year.
I know.
You know, Huawei and Apple's dropping phones left and right. iPads are coming out every couple years. So I think we're so used to having things. We're in that age where it's that Generation Z.
Has Apple ever given us 3 phones in a launch before?
Who?
Apple?
No, I think that's probably the first time. And remember, Samsung's going to drop 3 phones in April or March, whenever they release their Samsung phone. So, you know, we're in an age where things come out quick, but this foldable stuff's going to take a little while.
Yeah.
That's like the whole talk of like Samsung was going to branch off and do their own operating system. Bruh, you know what it takes to create an operating system? Look how long it took Apple. Look how long it took Android to finally mature and become what it is. Now, Samsung, look, they're going to have the Samsung One UI now, and it's running it's basically Android with their little sexy skirt on it. Because to do your own operating system, look at Windows tried it. Who else has tried it? Windows. What was that other one? Was it Ubuntu? What was the other one? Maybe Tank Rant knows, or Munchie's in the chat. Munchie. What was that other operating system that was trying to come out? Was it Ubuntu or something like that? But it takes a little while, man. I think we got to reserve judgment on the foldable display. I think it could be something fierce, but it's going to be expensive.
Hey, before they come out with a foldable phone, they need to. Companies now, like we're at the point to where, okay, we got the hardware, we got the cameras, we got the hardware, we got the screens, the Gorilla Glass, the wireless charging, all that. Companies now need to focus on making sure all of this stuff works. at when it debuts, because I'm telling you, 2018 has been the absolute worst year for smartphone flagships that have debuted with bugs and errors and just stuff not working right. Yeah, if you guys know what I'm saying.
No, for sure. And one of the things, and let me see if I can find the comment.
Well, remember there's been manufacturers in the past that things haven't worked. I mean, you had the iPhone thing with, you weren't holding it right. I mean, the Note 7's blowing up. I mean, I just think that I know where you're coming from, though, with all the iPhone bugs this year and the Pixel bugs and some other phones. I'm not sure if there's been.
The Note had a pretty good launch. I can't remember any issues with the Note.
I think the Note, they had some kind of, but it was minor. It wasn't anything huge. But Pixel, the Pixel, what was the audio bug, and then
they flopped that phone. This phone's a flop. Like they stopped caring, and we know that. We know they stopped caring. Really quick, I'm trying to get El Jefe in here. Leo, do you need to have Hangouts on your phone to jump into this? I think you do, right?
Yeah, just install Hangouts, and then when you click the link, it'll take you right to it. It's super easy.
Okay, that's on an Android though. I don't know how it works on an.
No, iPhone. On an iPhone it's the same way. It's the same way.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully you're listening, Jeff.
Make sure. I have an issue sometimes when somebody sends me the Hangouts through Twitter. It won't open up for me to be on. So you may have to text him the link.
Okay.
But send it through Twitter first. I don't know why.
I tried. It didn't work.
You got to text it to him. He's going to have to send you his number.
Okay.
We could put his number in the stream.
But no, to go back with my point is like, I understand, like that stuff happened in the past, but there's two things to look at here. The first thing is that it happened in the past, so the past technically shouldn't repeat itself. You should get better going forward from here. Apple is still coming out with updates that are bricking people's stuff. Like
watches. Yeah, the watches was bad, man. That would piss me off. Like that, like the RAM management stuff that's kind of like a annoyance, but to completely mess up your phone or your watch, that sucks.
Yeah,
that would piss me off. Like for your phone not to even turn on, Like I was putting Android Pie on the Galaxy Note 9, and it booted up and everything, and it was working fine or whatever. But like I went to go put the case on, and I put it on backwards, and I guess it did some kind of button combination. And
I've done that before.
It went to this screen, like it looked like something from the government. I was like, "What the hell?" And I was about to call Munchie, and I'm like, "Damn, I bother Munchie for everything, bro." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not gonna call him." So I did like some kind of weird button combination and rebooted fine. I was like, "Oh shoot, thank God."
No, I've done that before.
But yeah, and like the other part with it is like I'm looking at it as price to like, okay, whenever you get into a certain market of spending money, usually the more money you spend, the less issues you're supposed to have, the better things are supposed to be ironed out. Like if you got $100 phone, right? And someone told you was going to either have charging issues or it was going to overheat or things probably weren't going to work right, or hey, we're going to come up with an update to patch it or whatever. You would be cool with that. A lot of people would be cool with it. It's $100 phone. Once you start getting into $1,000 phone territory, that's when it's just like, nah.
Yeah, when you start spending $1,000, that's when you're like, listen, man, this needs to work. If it doesn't work, I'm returning. Yeah. That's why I've set my bar when I buy a phone that I'm not spending over $700 going
Thank
forward.
You.
This
I
year,
because on my stream, I'm not spending over $650.
Yeah, because I didn't buy the Pixel. I didn't buy the Pixel 3 XL. I didn't buy the Note when it came out. I didn't even buy the XR. I wouldn't buy that phone anyway. But I didn't buy any of the iPhones. They're too much. I mean, that $1,000. I mean, I see friends. They're like, oh, I'm gonna get the Mate. It's $890 now on eBay. I'm like, I'm not paying $890 for a Huawei phone. So I mean, although they're good phones, you know,
for a Huawei phone that we know is stealing our information and selling it to the Chinese.
Yeah, I don't know about that,
but we know it. So at least we're aware.
I got a video tomorrow. Yeah. I got a video tomorrow where I'm gonna have the Poco phone running the Pixel 3 software.
Did you already shoot that video?
No, I'm gonna shoot it tomorrow morning.
So if I stay up late tonight, go and buy a Poco phone, install this stuff, and push it out in the night, I'll be first.
You will be before me.
Wait, where are you gonna get a Poco phone from that quick?
You gotta go to Walmart.
You're gonna gas in Miami.
The jet.
They are selling them on the streets of Miami.
I'm telling you, like even Munchie says in the chat, he's like his max is 500 because, man, I'm telling you, I mean. And what happens is
I know I don't live in reality. I know.
Yeah. You gotta stop, man. You buying iPads for $2,500 over there, bro.
I know. Oh my god, I spent $2,000 at Apple yesterday. I didn't mean to.
I'm like, hey, when you did like the receipt thing on your channel, I'm like, oh hell no. I'm like, I could have bought myself a MacBook Pro with Bose headphones and a 6-pack of like, whatever you drink.
So this is what happened to me after I came home with this, which it's amazing. It doesn't feel like an Apple iPad. Like I said it in my video. It has like
you said it feels like a tablet, right?
Strong feeling. Like it's different. Like I think of iPad, I feel of something soft, flimsy, a yellow piece of paper. And this is like a piece of stone. Like it's nice.
You need to edit on that thing.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do a couple of thumbnail videos on when I do my thumbnails with how I do them and what they look like. So that's going to be coming out. I've been meaning to do that one for a while. I want to start doing some more teaching and educational videos of kind of what we do and how we do it, because to do this, it takes a lot of technology, a lot of troubleshooting, because we know things don't, things don't always work right the first time.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you great.
Man, I am legit stuck in one of the worst traffic jams I've ever been in.
Hey, welcome to California.
No, right, man? This started my life, but man, this is like, I've already been sitting in this for an hour, and it still shows me at another 90 minutes.
Oh my God!
We'll stream with HardWired live. Have some fun.
Hey, we'll keep you busy for a little bit.
Yeah, man. Until I hit the bridge, and then there's a dead zone. That's going to be the worst, man, because I'll be stuck in a dead zone.
It's like the dead zone for 25 minutes.
Let's get the long range 2-way radios, man.
That's it, man. How you guys doing tonight, man?
Pretty good, man. We're talking about the price of phones. We're talking about that foldable display Samsung dropped yesterday. Talking about the OnePlus 6T. Yeah, man. We're debating and talking about stuff.
Yeah. Well, now that we got a full crew, let's go ahead and let's start hammering out a couple topics. So since we just talked about the iPad Pro, let's talk about that thing. I mean, you saw my little unboxing video and I didn't even do the terabyte one. All right. I couldn't do the terabyte because I looked at the price and I was like, what am I doing? And
how much is the terabyte?
It was $1,700 for the terabyte, and I was like, Aaron, what are you doing? And so I was like, oh, I'll just get the other one. And then once you added on the pencil, the folio case with the keyboard, and the Apple Care, because it's a piece of glass, so you gotta have Apple Care on it. You're walking around with a piece of glass.
I will say I did like the how the pen kind of just laid on the top. Like
it's
horizontal.
Nice.
Yeah, that was kind of slick because I never liked how you had to plug in the first one.
Stupid.
And it's just like sitting there like dangling like a banana.
Stupid.
And I'm like that. And then when you showed that, I was like, that's pretty slick. I got to give Apple that. That was pretty slick.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it never
they
looked
finally
good.
fixed that, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks though is that people that already got Apple Pens can't use them.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, go out and spend another $100.
Yeah, when Aaron said you cannot you can only use the Apple II pencil on the new iPad and the Apple first pencil on the old iPad, I'm like, damn, Apple really. Woo! They didn't even buy you dinner.
Cross generation
No,
compatibility.
man, they didn't even buy you
That's
dinner.
sad,
They went
man.
straight to the hotel on you.
Yeah, that's what they do, though.
Yep, they're
You
good at that.
expect anything else from them?
So no, here's the confusing thing I'll say about Apple. Apple is confusing, and I expected something different because, like, I watched that keynote, and okay, after they came out with the Mac Mini, because they showed the Mac Mini before the iPad, they showed the Mac Mini, and they brought back upgradable RAM. That caught a lot of people off guard. You're like, oh, really? We can upgrade the Mac Mini again? It's not soldered onto the board. Okay, cool. And then when they came out with the iPad and they didn't say shit about they didn't say anything about the headphone jack, and that was gone. But then the Apple Pencil, you can only use it with this iPad, and I'm just like, oh, come on, man.
I think if one device in Apple's lineup that deserved to keep the headphone jack, it was the iPad or the iPad Pro. 100%.
I agree.
Yeah, because you watch Netflix videos on there, or you edit your Android stud videos. I mean, I use Bluetooth, but every once in a while I'll plug in my headphones, so it's kind of to lose that kind of
the option. It sucks.
It does suck, man.
Yeah, it's an option, and I don't like them taking it away.
Yeah. I love the headphone jack on devices, man. I hate that they take it away. I think it's just convenient. At a convenience seat,
The biggest feature of the iPad Pro. Tell me what you think it is, Leo. The biggest feature, one word or phrase. What do you think it is?
I don't know. Bezels? Okay. No bezels? No bezels?
Jeff, what do you think the best feature is of the new iPad Pro?
Oh, I'm going to say it's going to be the new processor, man, because it's going to, once they really implement it or move past iOS on the iPad Pro, it's really going to shine at that point.
Yeah. All right, Trenton, what do you think the best feature is of the new iPad Pro?
I would say the size, the fact that they're taking the 12.9 inch, one that they had before, essentially making it smaller, but using up that space better. That is probably, to me, the biggest feature.
So I think a little different here, and you guys might think I'm crazy, but I think the biggest feature, because of the possibilities, right, is the USB-C port. I think that for an iPad, not only is it like, wow, I now can plug. Where's my? I think it's in my book bag. Wow, and I can now plug in my card reader directly to my iPad. You can do all this stuff, and I'm like,
try it.
No, but I know it works because I used to plug in. They have a card reader with a Lightning too, so I mean, but it's the USB-C that I'm excited about, and all this stuff because it does data, it does power, it does display, so USB-C is just so much more versatile. But for me, it's what it means, what it could mean for the future that I'm so excited about, because it's like I really see Apple going to USB-C. And I said this in a tweet a while ago, and quickly, our friend Mr. Prosser knocked me down. It's like, never happened. Never happened. It'll never happen. This is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of it. Apple is going to do it. The beginning, I'm not saying when it's going to happen, but it's starting with this iPad. It's already on the MacBooks, MacBook Pros. Eventually, it's all going to be on USB-C. One port to rule them all, that's why I'm getting excited about it. I'm like, it's going to be cool.
I want to know how much money Apple is making right now off of USB-C dongles in comparison to Lightning dongles or lightning connections.
They're
because they could still run that market.
Killing.
They're killing it. The dongle,
they're making way more money
alone, man.
More money selling a $40 dongle than a $13 lightning cable.
Yeah,
but they also got to pay for that MFI certification, right? If somebody wants to make lightning stuff, like licensing, they also got to pay
if
for
somebody
that,
wants to, yeah.
But I mean, Apple's at the point. I mean, they got the $1 trillion evaluation. Like, they can afford to lose a couple million or two. I'm just saying, but I mean,
no doubt.
They didn't make this move unless they knew that it would sustain itself for longevity. And I know there's not much. That wasn't the fun answer, but that's what has me most excited about this device. There's all sorts of other things. I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't really get a chance to use it. I forgot to put my main SIM in it when I left the house this morning. I was going to try to make it, my main go-to for everything at work today, but it didn't happen. So I'm going to give it a try again tomorrow. Did Zach stop in? Oh, is Zach here? Okay, Zach. I wonder if
I think he popped in for a second.
FYI, I can't see the chat, man, so I'm blind to the chat.
No, we got you, man. You keep your eyes on that 5 mile traffic.
Oh, right.
Negative 2 miles an hour.
I'm averaging 2 miles an hour.
I called it.
So did you guys see this device they announced today by Xiaomi, the Mi AI 8 Pro?
No.
In display. Yeah, it's supposed to be like OnePlus 6T's competitor.
How much is it?
I'm guessing, I might be wrong. Maybe somebody could jump in the chat, but it's got the Snapdragon 845. It's got an in-display fingerprint reader like the OnePlus 6T. It's got, 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a transparent back, so you could see kind of like the hardware of the camera.
Did you see what Zach from Jerry Rigs Everything did?
Yeah, the way he changes all the phones. So this kind of, I don't know if that transparency is real or if that's a cover making it look like the parts of the inside or not. I haven't really looked at it, but I'm not sure it is, but I'm thinking it's around 600, 650 around there. Or,
It'll be some weird number like $638.
Yeah, it's like, but apparently it's supposed to, everybody's releasing videos on it, all the big YouTubers, even Lover of Tech just dropped a video on it. I guess he got his hands on it. But it's got a notch like the iPhone 10. What else? That's pretty much it. I mean, it's got the...
Forbes said the pieces are fake on the inside. Do tell.
Yeah. The transparency of the parts is probably not real. It probably
a picture.
6.2. Yeah, it's like a picture. 6.2-inch display, 1080p. So I don't know. Everybody's kind of talking about it today. It launched in the UK, so it's a flagship Mi. They released a Mi 8, which was a pretty good phone. Now they have this Pro, so.
If they could only name their phones to where you could say them and not feel like you're confusing yourself.
Yeah, I felt that way about the Mi Mix and the Mi Mix 2S, and it's like,
what am I saying? What am I saying?
Yeah, you know how many times? It's funny. Some of my subscribers, they'll phonetically spell Xiaomi. They'll put SH. They're like, it's Xiaomi. I'm like, no, but I tell them, hey, thank you, I appreciate that because I'm Puerto Rican, I don't speak that good of English, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you helping me out. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, Xiaomi, and then the other one was what was the other manufacturer? Oh yeah, Huawei. But that one I always say. Even my wife's like, she's like, what is that? Hawaii? I'm like, no, babe, it's Huawei. She's like, whatever. And the other one was MIUI. I would say Moi or Moi, and the guy's like, it's MIUI. Got it? I'm like, okay, I got it. Thanks. It's so funny how subscribers, man, they get like, they get they get offended if you pronounce something wrong. What I appreciate because I don't know how to you know,
I
all
had
the
that happen on a
Chinese
set of
manufacturers
headphones.
is hard, man.
I had that happen on a set of headphones that I kept calling them Maydong. And the subscriber came in and was
Oh,
like, nah, they're pronounced my dong. And I was like, well, I guess it doesn't matter to go around in the whole video talking about my dong.
yo,
where did
my
these headphones
dog.
come from?
That is classic. I think I would be like, hey, El Healthy, you want to do these headphones? I just got them in. I'm not gonna do a video on them. Which one are they? My dongs. No, man, I'm good.
Did you find out if you were right or if he was right?
Oh, man.
Who was right, El Healthy?
No, the dude, the subscriber was right. I was like, what the heck? Legit pronounced my dog. I was like, come on, son. Who would name their company that, man?
Wow.
Oh man.
You
I would love
know,
to see.
a
Hey, I would love
dong,
to see the. I
a
love to
dong
see the
is not the
logo.
same thing in every language.
Oh man, I love to see
Yeah.
that logo, man.
It's like it doesn't. I'm like, that doesn't sound quite right to a Western ear, man. Somebody needs to kind of like talk to them about that branding.
All right, so
Oh,
You imagine kids running up to their parents, hey, my dong is on sale. Let's go get one.
oh my god! All right, guys, let's reel it back in. Reel it back in. Hardwired Live. Mac Mini.
This is a professional show, sir.
The professional show. The Mac Mini, right? So the Mac Mini came out, as was mentioned. We can now add storage to it. This is definitely something that I will not be purchasing. I have no need for it, but it does leave a promise for the future that for businesses that it's a good solution to run a Mac OS operating system for less, right?
can you run Final Cut on it?
So
Yeah, Mac Mini, you can.
yeah, I think you can. I think they spec'd it out pretty good.
You can run it on older Mac Minis, dude.
That's good. That's a good solution, like Aaron said, for like offices. Like if you have, you know, like when we do the Hardwired Live studios, man, we could put some Mac Minis in there, right?
Yeah. We'll throw some Mac Minis in there, and I was listening to Taylor the other day, and in his video he said that. So I don't know if this is true. So it's Taylor gospel. So he says it's true. I haven't fact checked it. So if I'm wrong, he's wrong. This device is came out with more ports than any other device out there. You've got your Ethernet, you've got your dedicated HDMI, couple USB-Cs, and 3 USBs, right? USB-B, and then 3 USB-Cs, which they're calling obviously the Thunder port, but it's really a USB-C. This is the most ports ever.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ports for that. It's more than my iPad. What is this? No, my iPad is one. My MacBook Pro, well, I have 4 USB-Cs on this one, which is nice, and I'm grateful for that. And a headphone jack, Munchie says. Boom!
Oh, wow. Nice. So how much is it?
Let me go to the website. So I'm actually talking.
Starting at $799 for the i3 version.
Yeah, so for an Apple, this is a solid price.
Did you guys see Jonathan Morrison's video where he took a 2014 one and refreshed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking about doing something similar to that, and because you can pick up like the.
That's not a bad idea,
ones.
Man.
Yeah, you can pick them up for like $400 or $500.
Yeah, man. Run Final Cut on it. You could edit like a monster.
I have an old MacBook, iMac in my office.
Oh, heck, you could even put Final Cut 7 on there and get away with it.
And
I'll tell you the drawback with that, because I still own one. Be prepared for that fan to be stupidly loud.
Loud.
Like mine is put up in my closet right now just for that reason, because like my MacBook spins up, pretty loud, but that MacBook Air, like I have like one of those oscillating fans. I had to lay it down sideways and put the Mac Mini on top of it to get it to stay cool enough to where it wasn't like, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, the new one says it's all flash storage, so that helps to be quiet. But as we know from the 2018 i9 MacBook Pros, having all flash storage doesn't always mean a quiet fan. But my second one that I got, obviously, the fan's way better. But the first go around was horrible.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about like my PC that I edit on right now is the fact that I've got it with liquid cooler. So for the most part, even when I'm rendering, it spins up a little bit. But for the most part, it's like dead silent, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, those Mac Minis, you'll hear that fan, but I think they have a bigger exhaust port now. But to me, the problem was always the intake. It was never the exhaust; it was the intake.
It's not enough air. Got to modify that chassis, baby.
Hold on, I'm upgrading my my Mac Mini. You know me, I'm gonna spec it out. What are you gonna do with 64 gigs of RAM? Help me, guys. Munchie, what I do with that much?
Take over the world.
I think
seriously,
you need that much
guys,
to run Premiere, right?
I'm telling you, 32 gigs. I think is to run Premiere. There you go, Jeff.
Resource hog.
Well, I mean, if you're into AutoCAD or architecture or any of those programs like that, those are like
you're getting an iMac. You're not getting the Mini.
But remember, the Mini is if you're on a budget and you already have a monitor and.
But hold on, a Mini spec'd out. There ain't nothing budgety about this.
Ain't nobody gonna go buy 64 gigs of Apple RAM. They gonna go to Micro Center or whatever and get it themselves and stick it in there.
Crucial. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dumb this down. Back which still is pretty good. Still, okay. I get it. 2 terabytes is still pretty high. My MacBook Pro is 2 terabytes, and I love it. And that's $27.99. But if you just do 1 terabyte, it's $19.99. But if you just stick to, let's say, 256, and then you get yourself a good external SSD. Best Buy just had a 2 terabyte or a 1 terabyte Samsung SSD on sale for like $269, which was pretty good for a terabyte of external.
All those ports, man, come on now. There's so much stuff you can plug in there. I don't see. Well,
you probably get a tower. Well, I'm saying you can get the low storage and you can add an external.
Yeah,
you can totally do that.
I'm sorry, I kind of went all over.
Here's the most confusing thing about the Mac Mini for me, right? And no one, I believe, talked about it yet. Why is the Mac Mini? Why did they make it come out with the iMac Pro color, but not make the Mini a Pro model? Because now, if you're gonna make the regular Mac Mini a Mac Mini and not a Pro, then
they should have called it a Pro.
I want the base model. I want the base model 27-inch iMac to come out in that color. I want the 21-inch iMac to come out in that color. If it's not reserved to being a Pro color anymore, because the iMac Pro, they only came out with that one color, and with the Mac Pro, they had that one color to let you know it was a Pro device.
You're right.
Now I'm like,
this is a Pro device. You're absolutely right. These are
Pro specs. Why is it not the Mac Mini Pro if you can put up to 64 gigs of RAM and Super i7 and everything else like that, and it's going to cost almost $4,000?
What do they run for graphics in the Mac Mini?
I don't think they do.
Probably still the what is it? Whatever the Intel onboard one.
Yeah. Seriously, onboard graphics?
There's no upgrade, graphics card upgrade available like on the iMac.
But it does support the eGPU, even though like none of Final Cut uses the eGPU at all.
Yeah, I think Final Cut runs solely on the CPU, right?
Yeah. Because iPhone Do, I think that's how you say his channel name. Yeah. He did a test where he had the eGPU plugged up to his MacBook Pro, and it didn't even use it.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that kind of tripped me out. Like with some of the editing software out there, some of it will leverage your, if you have a discrete graphics card, some of it will and some of it won't. Which caught me off guard. Like with Filmora, which is what I use, there was an option to where you can leverage your graphics power. So now when I do my renders and stuff, I think my graphics card will show like anywhere between 10 and 20% load, which I was really surprised by, and it renders a little bit faster.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising actually.
The only sucky part is if you're I'm a Final Cut user, but if you're an Adobe Premiere Pro user and you're on Mac and you have a Mac and you have an eGPU, the eGPU is AMD, it's not NVIDIA, so Premiere can't take advantage of it as well as it could have.
Right.
And that's like Apple just like, kind of twisting the knife, like come to Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, basically.
Turn on the studio lights to blue.
Hostage.
You know what?
How's that?
Physically turn off light.
Jeez.
I don't have that remote capability yet.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear me? I thought I muted it.
Oh, I totally heard it.
I heard you.
So my mute doesn't work?
No, your mute doesn't work.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yeah. Your microphone has no filter.
Hey, Android stud, drink iced tea.
I mute this thing all the time while I'm doing like loud things so I don't bother people. I guess it just means
it's accelerating 3 miles an hour.
When I hit this button, I just can't hear myself through the headphones.
Did that microphone come with a manual?
No, it came with a box, and I read everything on it.
I'm up to 9 miles an hour.
Yeah. Getting fast and furious, man.
But if I disappear, you guys just know it's because I'm in a dead zone.
Hey, is that because of the fires?
No, the traffic here is because we have 2 bridges that gets you from the San Francisco Peninsula over to the East Bay where I live, and there was a big old truck crash on the bridge. So it's like, and there's no other way for me to get home, so it's like I'm just kind of stuck in it. But the fires are up north in Chico, like where Taylosiv lives, or where he used to live. And but the smoke all came down here around noon, and dude, it's all bad. Like I have my recirculation turned on in my car because I already have a headache from the smoke. It's all bad. Yeah, man.
Well, I guess if y'all need some emissions testing, y'all better go do it today.
Oh, right.
Pass with flying colors.
Telling you.
I can't wait. Wake up in the morning, my car's gonna be covered in ash.
I would cry.
I feel bad for all the folks up north, man, because it's like evacuations and stuff, and it's not good, man. It's all bad, man. SoCal had issues today, thoughts and prayers going out for those people, but man, and we got fires up north. It's just all around, man. It's been a messed up day.
I don't get how it can be so dry out there when you got like literally the world's largest ocean over there.
Man, I'm saying we haven't getting no rain, man. We should have been raining like for the past month. We've got like nothing.
It's crazy.
And I love the rain.
All right, fellas. Did we hit all of our topics tonight, Leo? Pixel 3, which I feel we can talk a little bit more about that.
I think Leo dropped off, man.
I don't see him.
Yeah, Leo dropped off. Maybe.
Hey, your dead zone ruined his connection.
Maybe he'll send me a message and tell me if something happened.
He hit a dead zone at work.
Somebody walked.
Yeah, he's streaming.
Hey, what are you doing?
He's streaming from a janitor's closet at his office. He's trying to convince me it wasn't. So, yeah, we had talked about this briefly before you guys jumped on the stream, and thanks for coming and hanging out with us, because it always makes it more fun when we got people with us. Not that I don't like hanging out with just Leo, but it's always more fun. Here's the Pixel 3, and I got it, and, there was so much hate and so much trolling done on all sides of the fence, including Google, on this device, that I literally thought to myself, I'm not going to hate, I'm not going to be mad, and I'm going to wait until I get the device in my hand before I say or do anything. And I did. I didn't make one pre-Pixel video with all the hype and all the drama and all the everything, I didn't make one video. So, and I got it, right? And it was definitely a little bit of a disappointment. I'm not even gonna pretend like it wasn't. Yeah, the camera is great on it. The camera was great on my Pixel 2 XL as well. So I just don't know if what the heck Google did. Like, they just gave up hardcore. And I know that they dropped a couple new little software features, the call screening. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's enough to carry it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's got to be more than that in the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with Trent, too. That price, man, it's like you have to really feel like you got something special when you're paying that kind of money for the phone. So, I mean, because if that's the case, like, I'm going to have to agree with a lot of the people who are saying that they're more excited about the 6T and its performance for price versus the value you're getting out of a Pixel 3.
Hands down.
So, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. But even then, like, when they talk about the cameras and stuff, like, I know there's a lot of people that are sticklers for those cameras and everything, but my thinking is at this point, man, you pit, 6 of the top flagship phones, or even include the 10R and the 6T, and we're really grasping at straws to find flaws, because the camera technology has gotten so good that it's almost like for 99% of people, they're not going to be able to tell the difference. It's going to take a damn good photo.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to take a good photo. No one's going to know until they watch my camera comparison, and then they'll know.
What I want to do, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, dude.
No, what I want to do is I want to take, if it was possible, I would take the Pixel 3. I would take the OnePlus 6T with the Pixel 3's camera software, because you can download it, and find one other budget, $300, $400 Android phone. And
that's what Leo's doing right now.
Yeah, that's what Leo's doing.
That's what Leo's doing.
I got a video coming tomorrow. I got the Pixel 3 software running on the Poco phone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because
you save a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you're into that Pixel, but you wanna go on a budget, I got you covered.
Because I downloaded it on the Pixel 2, and it looks like you can't.
I took a selfie the other day with the Google Pixel 3 camera on the OnePlus 6T, and it came out pretty good. And I've been taking some pictures with the.
So you've also installed the Google camera on the
on
OnePlus
6T. Yeah, you gotta have you gotta have the regular version. It won't work on the T-Mobile one right now. They're trying to work out.
I got the regular unlocked one.
Oh, you got a link for the camera? I'll send it to you tonight. And man, you just install it and you're good to go.
It's easy peasy, huh?
Yeah, pretty easy peasy. I know they got also on the Poco phone, you could do the Pixel 3 camera. In addition, you can use the night sight.
Oh, you can't can't do it with this one yet?
Well, I think it does use the night sight on it, but I don't know if it's fully functional. Like, it's legit. Munchie
says it works on T-Mobile now.
Yeah, the 6T though has a good nightscape mode on it for night, so I don't know if you really need it, but if you, I just noticed that the color on the Google Pixel camera on the OnePlus 6T just looks like a tad richer. Like, some of the photos, they come out real nice.
Okay, yeah, Munchie's got some videos, so I'll check that out.
Yeah, Munchie's got a bunch of videos on all the Poco phone and on the Pixel 2. So you definitely check that out. I mean, it's I'm telling you, man, that Pixel 3 camera APK or camera app, it's really good, man. I
love the camera on this thing. The camera, if you've seen any of my amazing Twitter photos it's all taken on this. I love it, but I can't carry this phone around just for a camera. I can't do it. Not for just a camera. And I'm crazy. I might change my mind. All the dust might settle with all this hardware stuff. I need January, February, March to roll around so I can spend a few months without buying any phones. and then I'll probably settle on, you know, which one I actually want to use full time. But
hey, dudes. Hey guys, I gotta say bye right now because I'm approaching the dead zone. It's right after the bridge starts. So, thanks for having me on, dude. It was great chatting with you guys tonight. You guys keeping me company.
Yeah, man.
Here,
Thanks for coming on, Alfie. We'll catch you
thanks
later.
for hanging out with us, buddy.
Absolutely,
all right, take it easy, bro.
Thanks, dudes.
Appreciate that.
So, Munchie, are you asking me why do I carry the XS Plus, also known as Max?
Because he's got a big old bank account.
Well, no, not just that. I fell back into the ecosystem, and I've been out of it. Like, I use Apple almost everything, and I prefer Android for my phones, my personal phones. So I got the 10s Max, and I started using it, and I was like, holy smokes, I love this again. I fell in love with the ecosystem all over again. I got fed up with the ecosystem and I left it. And I stayed on Android. And then when they integrated Android messages, then I felt, you know, like the biggest thing I lost, which was iMessage, was now brought to me via a web browser with Android messages. So I was okay with it, you know, but for creativity, for producing, for videos, thumbnails, files, sharing, nothing is quite like Apple. Like, they've got integration figured out better than anyone, and no one can compete with that statement. There's no other brand that integrates so well. Mind you, it's not free and it's expensive, but you get what you pay for. That's why Munchie. So yeah, the ecosystem, it sucked me in. I was out of it and it sucked me in. So I need a break.
Did you because I was talking about this on my channel, but I was looking on Twitter, and did you hear about the newest Google issue?
The heat, how they
heat
up?
Heating, the overheating?
Oh no, there's one newer than that. So
no.
Apparently, you know, somebody was walking around without a case on their phone. They dropped their phone and they broke the back. And so they went to Google support and said, hey, you know, we're trying to get our phone fixed or whatever. And I guess, you know, Google either didn't have the parts or they couldn't do it, give them a run around or whatever. So there's another company called You Break, I Fix It or something like that.
Yeah, You Break, I Fix.
Yeah. And so they went to them, and then, you know, I guess they turned their phone into them, and they told them it was going to be 2 weeks until they got the parts. And then apparently 3 days later, they were told by them that the parts were unavailable indefinitely. And the only parts that they have available are the batteries. So if you drop and break your phone, you know, because, I like that Google replacement plan or fix or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or you like pay for the service. Like, that's not even available right now. So I'm like, okay, if you have a Pixel 3 and you're on, let's say, a contract with Verizon or T-Mobile, do they just give you a replacement phone in the meantime? Or like,
what did you do?
T-Mobile, they give you a new phone for any phone you break. They don't fix it.
The example that you're referencing, Trenton, is someone who went directly back to Google to get their phone fixed.
Right.
Like, if I broke my Pixel, I would go to Verizon. And that's the other thing. Like, I won't take this thing out of the house because it wasn't cheap without a Verizon SIM in it, because it's the phone line that I have my insurance attached to. That's insured,
yeah, because if you lose it or drop it, forget it. You won't get it covered.
Yeah, so that's why I won't take it out of the house without a SIM in it, because I broke my last Pixel. Gabe broke his Pixel. So because Gabe carries 2 phones too. He carries a Pixel 2 just for the camera. That's it. He calls it his social media phone. He takes pictures, Facebook and Instagram. That's all he does on that phone. That's it.
Gotcha.
You know, so I know it's stupid.
It's the Picasso of smartphones, man.
It really is. You know,
it is, man. It's the Picasso of smartphones. I mean, the Note 8, Note 9, and iPhone XS, whatever. They got great cameras, but No one takes still pictures like the Pixel 3 or Pixel 2.
But it better be still.
Video, on the other hand, is debatable, but the still pictures, forget it.
Let me ask you a question. I don't even think the video is debatable. Like, you only got like what, 3 options?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you got no options whatsoever. And even because I downloaded like another app on top of it to see, like, you know, hey, could I possibly get this in a different, like, I couldn't even get it in a different frame rate. It's stuck at 4K 30. I'm like,
nah, you can't. No, the video on the Pixels is okay. I personally think the best video cameras for a smartphone is either one of the iPhones, probably the iPhone 10, or the LG phones. You know, the V40 or the G7, because LG just does video right. They just do a good job with it.
Yeah.
The Note 9, they did pretty good too. Because I remember when
you're right. The Samsung video cameras are excellent.
Even the Note 8 had a really solid.
Yeah, Note 8, and the mics on the freaking LG phones are insane. Yeah. I don't know what they do with their mics, but they're really good.
If they could just learn how to market correctly.
Yeah, their marketing's terrible because they have 2 good devices. Yeah. The LG G7 is a good device, and so is the V40. It's a shame.
Yeah.
They don't know how to market that damn thing.
Yeah. You know, so I know Forbes got the V40, and he's really happy with it.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying they love the V40.
No one's not going to. I
haven't heard a bad thing about it.
Well, I can tell you a bad thing about it is the operating system. The skin on top of it is not that great.
Oh, yeah, the skin.
It's gotten better, right? Like, TouchWiz has evolved over the years. I can enjoy TouchWiz, whereas 4 years ago, I could not.
TouchWiz was terrible when it first came out.
They did a lot of work to TouchWiz to make it. And that's what I love about Samsung. You know, like, they really focus on user experience. And I don't think, like, even though, like, and let's not bring up Note 7, right? But I think that Samsung does a better job giving us a polished device out the door. And when you think about it, think of how big Samsung is. Like, I know everyone clapped, you know, when Apple hit $1 trillion, but I mean, come on, Samsung's had to have been there for years, right?
Right.
They're huge. They do microwaves, refrigerators, washing machines, dishwashers, phones, you know, like, that's not all they do. And plus computers, you know, so.
Well, remember when Apple hit the $1 trillion thing, it was more of it was like an American celebration type of deal. Because, like, people brought that up before. They were like, well, other companies hit $1 trillion, and they were like, well, we're talking about companies in America.
Okay, that's a good point.
America.
Hey, man, I gotta get out. I gotta get back to work, but I appreciate the HardWired liveness. Thanks for coming on, Tech Rant. Appreciate it, man.
All right, I think we're done with our topics, and my belly is grumbling, and I got
go get some to eat, Aaron.
In the fridge. Ooh.
Hey, can you put my Poco phone video, man? I'll pay you.
What do you need?
Can you edit my Poco phone video?
You want me to edit it? If you send me a video, I'll edit it.
No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna tape it in the morning. Yeah. I'm gonna give you some of that Pixel 3 Poco phone-ness.
Yeah, send me that thing. Is it just an app you install and you just
you just download it and then you download it, boom, and then you'll have a separate.
Do I still have the option to have my OnePlus 6 camera too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's an app.
Yep. What phone are you using now, Tech Rant?
Man, I'm still with the freaking the Pixel 2 XL.
No, man, that's a good phone. I mean, the display is kind of weak, but it's a good phone, man. I wouldn't be mad at you.
The XL.
Hey, if I go on vacation, if I go on vacation, I'll hit you up because that camera's boss.
All right, fellas. Thank you for the stream. I think we're just down to us two and Munchie now. Thank you, everyone, for coming and hanging out.
Thanks for coming by.
Us. I do appreciate it. All right, guys. Namaste.
See you, bro. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Bye.